From ancient mysteries to divine strength, these artifacts are not merely tools but symbols of great power and protection. Let's dive into the legends that shaped gods and mortals. The EMES. The EMES in ancient Sumerian culture were kinda like superpowers or magic keys handed down from the gods. Imagine them as a mix of laws, skills, and even tech that made society tick. They weren't just things you could hold in your hand, though sometimes they were thought of as actual items, like tablets. These EMES covered everything important for a community to thrive, such as fairness, knowledge, how to farm, and even how to weave baskets. One of the coolest tales about these EMES is about Inanna, a major league goddess who was all about love, war, and being fertile. She decided she wanted these EMES for her city, Uruk, to make it the best place ever. So she hit up Enki, the god who's pretty much the brainiac of the gods, at his place in Eridu. She managed to get the EMES from him, and even though Enki tried to get them back when he sobered up, Inanna was already home free, bringing prosperity to Uruk. Inanna wasn't just some one-trick pony goddess. She was a big deal across Sumer and later on in the Akkadian, Babylonian, and Assyrian cultures, known as Ishtar in those later cultures. Her symbols were stuff like lions and stars, and she had this vibe that mixed beauty with the fierceness of a warrior. She even had a story where she goes down to the underworld and manages to come back, which not everyone can pull off. Galanas Net. So there's this big, tough creature called Galana, also known as the Bull of Heaven, and he comes into the picture because Inanna, a goddess who doesn't take any nonsense, decided Gilgamesh and his buddy Enkidu needed a lesson for not listening to her. This bull wasn't just any animal. It was a mega-powerful symbol of nature and the gods' control over everything, even the wild and unpredictable stuff. Now there's also this thing called the Net of Galana. Not a lot of stories talk about it, but it's kind of a big deal. Imagine it as this super tool or weapon the gods had for catching or holding back Galana. This net wasn't just about tangling up a giant bull. It was a bigger picture thing. It showed that the gods could keep everything in check, making sure that the world stayed balanced and orderly, even when dealing with massive forces of nature or rebellious heroes. This whole deal with Galana and the net is a classic "don't mess with the gods" scenario, reminding everyone that there are forces out there way bigger than us, and sometimes they come with a net to prove a point. The ultimate universe, remote. Imagine the Tablet of Destinies as the ultimate cosmic clicker. It's like the old-school remote that could zap the entire universe, deciding who gets to watch what on the universe's TV. This thing is straight out of ancient Middle Eastern Netflix specials, handing whoever holds it the magic button to control everything, even destiny itself. Picture flipping through channels and deciding fate with a tap. This magical tablet is usually chilling with Enlil, the head honcho of the God Squad. It's his bling, his way of showing off that he's the big cheese, the one calling the shots. When this tablet goes missing, it's like the season finale cliffhanger that has everyone on the edge of their seats. Finding it again? That's the blockbuster moment, proving this tablet isn't just a fancy stone. It's the ultimate control panel keeping the cosmic show on the road and ensuring Enlil keeps his crown. The Justice Stick and Promise Circle. Now think about a superhero's toolkit that's all about fair play and having the final word on right versus wrong. That's the vibe of the rod and ring back in the day. The rod, it's your "I'm the boss" stick for drawing boundaries and showing who's boss. The ring is like the universe's promise ring, locking in forever in the rules of the game, even for the gods. Kings and gods flashing these were basically saying, "We've got the cosmic thumbs up to lead." And it wasn't just for looks. These symbols were serious business for showing they were the real deal, picked by the heavens to be in charge. Enki's Autopilot boat. Enki can be likened to a highly intelligent version of the mythical Aquaman, expertly navigating the waters in his autonomous vessel named the Magur boat. This boat was far from ordinary. It was a profound emblem of Enki's intellectual prowess, his unparalleled control over aquatic elements, and served as his passport for seamless travel between the celestial and earthly domains. The Magur boat played a central role in legendary narratives, most notably in the tale of the Great Deluge. In this story, Enki emerges as the protagonist, utilizing his self-navigating boat not merely for transportation, but as a means of orchestrating the salvation of mankind. Imagine the modern convenience of a self-driving car, but with the added capability and noble purpose of facilitating global rescue operations. Dumuzid's stealth cape. Dumuzid, revered as the epitome of prosperity and growth in ancient lore, was distinguished by his possession of a mystical cape. This extraordinary garment bestowed upon him the abilities of invisibility and invulnerability, akin to being in an advanced state of divine camouflage. The cape was not just a fashion statement, but a potent symbol reflecting the dramatic transitions between seasons, the cyclical success and challenges of agriculture, and the perpetual rebirth of life. Dumuzid's journeys to the underworld and back, cloaked in this magical garment, were emblematic of nature's rhythm, transitioning from the dormancy of winter to the vibrancy of spring, and onward to the abundance of summer. These voyages served as a vivid natural spectacle, underscoring the theme that regardless of the adversities faced, life invariably stages a magnificent comeback. The universe's first toolkit. Enlil's pickaxe of creation stood at the forefront of cosmic construction, serving a purpose far beyond mere decoration or mundane tasks. This wasn't just any tool. It was a foundational instrument of cosmic proportions, capable of performing monumental tasks such as separating the heavens from the earth. Imagine this pickaxe as the universe's ceremonial ribbon cutter, officially inaugurating the grand cosmic event. It symbolized more than mere creation. It was about imposing order on chaos, preparing the stage for a diverse array of beings, from deities to humans and every life form in between. This tool was the cornerstone of existence, transforming an empty void into a dynamic, flourishing cosmos. It was Enlil's instrument of choice for not just creating, but also for setting the stage for life's intricate dance. By wielding this pickaxe, Enlil did more than craft physical spaces. He facilitated the birth of order, making the universe a welcoming home for its countless inhabitants. Through this act of creation, what was once an expanse of nothingness became a vibrant, teeming universe, marking the beginning of an epic saga of existence. Anzus' Tablet of Destiny. Let's talk about a massive bird demon named Anzu. Imagine a creature so bold that it decided to swipe something super important called the Tablet of Destinies from a god named Enlil. This wasn't just any old theft. It was huge because that tablet was like holding the remote control to the universe. Now, Anzu isn't your average bird. Think of it as the ultimate mix of a lion and an eagle, known for stirring up storms and being super strong. Back in the day, in Sumerian and Akkadian myths, Anzu was this divine storm bird representing the southern wind and thunderclouds. When it nabbed the Tablet of Destinies, it threw everything out of whack, leading to a cosmic showdown. The gods were freaking out because they knew they couldn't just let Anzu get away with it. Depending on which version of the story you read, either a god named Marduk or Ninurta steps up to the plate to deal with Anzu and get the tablet back. Ninurta, this warrior god who was all about agriculture and fighting, had a special beef with Anzu. Ninurta was super important in places like Nippur and had a rep for being Enlil's son and a hardcore battler. He was so intertwined with another god, Ningirsu, that their stories and characteristics got all mixed up over time. Assyrians especially thought Ninurta was the best, even naming their kings after him because of his warrior vibes. Ninurta's showdown with Anzu was not just about getting the tablet back. It was a statement about who had the right to rule and keep the universe in check. The Copper Kettle of Utappis. So imagine a guy named Utappis who's pretty much the Sumerian version of Noah. This dude has a copper kettle that's not just any old pot, it's super special. It's not for fighting or anything like that. Instead, it's all about cleaning and starting fresh. Utappis uses it to cook up meals for the gods, which is a big deal because it's part of a ceremony that gives him and his wife a ticket to never-ending life after they make it through a massive flood. The kettle's a big symbol of life keeping on and the gods being cool with you, which is a huge theme in what the Sumerians believed. Inanna's Ship of Light. Inanna's got this amazing ship of light, and she's not just any goddess. She's in charge of love and battles. Her ship is like a magical elevator between the sky and the ground, showing she's the go-between for gods and people. When she's cruising in her ship, it's like she's delivering all the cool stuff that makes civilization tick. But this ship isn't just for show. It's a symbol of Inanna being a complex character. She can light up your life or bring on the thunder, depending on her mood. The mythical objects and weapons of Sumerian mythology are deeply embedded in the stories of gods, the creation of the world, and the establishment of human civilization. They symbolize the Sumerians' understanding of divine authority, cosmic order, and the balance between nature and society. These artifacts serve to entertain and convey important cultural and religious values, demonstrating the depth and richness of Sumerian mythological tradition. Through these myths, we gain insight into the fears, hopes, and values of one of the world's oldest civilizations, whose legacy continues to fascinate and inspire. What mythical objects or weapons captivated you the most with their story and power? Dive into the comments and share your thoughts. And if you're thirsting for more ancient myths and legendary tales, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more.